What's going on, fellas? Just had some on my spirit today. Had to share it with you guys. You need to move with the spirit. Do not move on the cadence of the world. Listen to the spirit. Do not listen to the world. Now, what do I mean by that? You see, our fleshly desires that we have, our worldly desires, like getting drunk, partying, lustful actions, these are all by the devil. And they seem the most tempting. They seem the most fun. You know, deep down in our spirit, though, we know we shouldn't be doing a lot of these things. We know that we should be going to the gym. We know that we should be working on our business. We know that we don't need to be going out every single weekend, but our godly desires don't sound as fun as the worldly desires. And it's supposed to be set up that way, honestly. It's not supposed to be easy. If doing the right thing appealed to everybody, then nobody would be out here doing a lot of these worldly desire things that they think that they really want, but it's just been pushed onto us. It's been programmed into our minds to really desire these things. We are born into sin. I just believe that the world has just made it 10 times, 20 times worse than like it has ever been. And I do believe that this was by design, especially by a lot of these elites. Just listen to all the most popular rap music. They all talking about the same shit. Getting drunk, fucking bitches. Like, I'm just keeping it real. Shooting other niggas, bro. Like, is it a coincidence? That's all that's pushed like into mainstream music? And I know that's not all mainstream music, but especially in the black community, guys, like that's all I hear for every single rapper. And it sounds good, but nobody ever talking about no real shit though. Like, especially a lot of these artists that are like 30 and up, bro, they still rapping about the same shit. You got people who start rapping at 30 or 40 and they talking about just fucking hoes and throwing money, going to the strip club. Like, bro, start a family, bro. Like, what are you doing? But I get it, man. The worldly desires, they appeal to us as a collective. I'm not gonna say that they don't appeal to me. I still have, desires of the flesh. It's the falling into these desires that's the issue. I'm not saying you can't have these desires, because a lot of us can't control our desires. I've noticed once you start listening to the spirit more, your desires start to change over time, so you won't even have these desires. That's why we really fall back into like temptation, and do all these sins that we say that we're not going to do. It's because of our desires and because of our emotions. Once you start walking with the spirit, your desires will change, and it will be way, way easier to not fall back into temptation for these things that you said you weren't going to do. You just have to take that first step and walk in faith with your spirit. When I say the spirit, that's that voice inside you. That's your subconscious. That's whatever you want to call it. The godly energy, the God energy, basically what I'm saying. You know what it is that I'm saying. You just don't like listening to it. That's the thing. It's a FedEx truck. That's the thing. You just don't like listening to them. You don't like listening to that little voice inside of you. That voice inside of you is so little that it has almost no say-so in your actions. But the worldly desires of you, the temptations, that shit is like huge. Yeah, don't mind this. This is crazy. Yeah, I did this at the gym yesterday. Was loading up some weights and I pinched my hand, bro. That shit hurt like crazy. I ain't even gonna lie, but I still finished the workout though, even though every time I grabbed something, that shit was like irritating it, bro. Hey, as a man, that's some shit gonna happen, bro. You just gotta push through it. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, the worldly. My fault, y'all. Alarm just went off, so it cut the video off. But yeah, the worldly desires side of you has like so much leverage over you that it's just easy. It's instant. As soon as you feel something, she's like, oh yeah, I want to eat that. I want to eat that right there. Yeah, I want to eat that burger right there. Oh yeah, I want to go holler at that chick right there. Yeah, I'm trying to go fucking this bitch right here. Like, it's just instant. Yeah, pour me up a shot, bro. Yeah, I'm trying to go smoke real quick. Like, it's just automatic. It's automatic. And you know, what I've come to realize is that listening to the spirit is just as automatic as listening to the worldly desires. Listening to your higher desires, once you start listening to your higher desires, they become just as automatic as listening to your worldly desires. It's to the fact where like now, where I'll wake up early in the morning and my worldly desires are saying, you know, don't go to the gym, stay in bed a little bit longer, don't tap into the Bible. I feel these things almost every morning, but it's too automatic for me to wake up and go into my routine and just go to the gym anyway, even when I really don't feel like doing it, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Once you start tapping into that frequency of listening to the higher version of yourself, the version that you know you should be striving towards 24/7, you just start winning automatically. It becomes automatic. Just think about it. You're not really trying to fail every day. You're not trying to fall into temptation every day. You're just doing it. It's just happening automatically. The reverse has to be, literally the reverse has to be true. I'm not trying to go to the gym every day. It's just happening. It's automatic. It doesn't require any more effort than it required a year ago, when I would just automatically just not even go to the gym, would just skip days, would sit in my bed all day, you know, bullshit. It's just as automatic. And I'm telling you, if you just tap into that mode of really listening to your heart and like that little voice inside of you, the more you listen to that little voice inside of you, the bigger it gets. The bigger and bigger it gets. It gets to the point where the worldly desire starts getting smaller and smaller, and your spirit desires get higher and higher. And once you pass that threshold of having, like, listening to your spirit more than the world, that's when success becomes automatic in anything that you do. You know, in business, going to the gym, any goal that you want, it no longer becomes like a struggle effort. It no longer becomes a fight. It just becomes automatic. And I'm not saying you're not going to have these desires, because I'm on a diet right now, and every single day in my head, you know, I'm like, damn, I really want, like, I want to eat some bullshit. I'm gonna just keep it real. I want to eat some bullshit, bro. Like, I love to eat, bro. I used to be a fat nigga. Like, I used to weigh 242. So when I tell you I can eat, nigga, I can eat. And I get those same desires every single day. It's just so automatic to just not eat that and just stay on my routine, that it's not really like a fight. And, you know, and when I do slip up off my diet, I'm not crashing out. That's the main thing. Like, I may go over my calorie limits, like 1 to 300 calories, maybe, when I slip up. Like, if I'm gonna splurge on myself and like cheat on my diet, I'm not gonna crash out like how I used to, bro. I used to go, like when I used to be on my diet and I would crash out, I would get Popeyes, and then that would like snowball. It would be like a snowball effect. I would eat straight bullshit. Perfect example, bro. Last week I went to the fair, bro. I probably had like 4,000, 5,000 calories. And I told myself, you know, I'm gonna be at the fair all day. I'm gonna be like out of town. I'm gonna just eat what I want. And so I ate like way over my daily allowance. And usually in the past, this will cause like a bad snowball effect. So me falling into that temptation would then lead me to fall into another temptation, and that will make me just get down on myself, and that will last throughout like the whole week or the next 2 weeks. Bro, when I tell you, literally the next day, like I was back on my diet, I was back on the gym, and I was back on track. Like it was nothing. I'm telling you, it becomes more automatic. Like once you start listening to that voice inside of you that you know you should be listening to, it's automatic. You don't have to fight it. And it's a cheat code, bro. I'm pretty sure that's how all these like billionaires, millionaires, this is how they operate, bro. They just operate, they're just on a different wavelength than we are, than like most of the world is. And they're not gonna tell you, all these other motherfuckers on YouTube, they're not gonna tell you this like real shit right here. But like this is the cheat code. It doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter how you get there. There's plenty of techniques, but this is a staple principle. And principles don't care what type of technique you do, as long as you can get to that principle, it will work for you. I'm telling you. That's all I got for today, guys. Maybe I got a wedding to go to later, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna upload again, but if I don't, love y'all, man. Peace.